Hello, it's your friend Kevin with another one of my off the chain videos today. And yesterday, the other day, I don't know when you're watching this, but anyway, I talked about having these two journals, like this one and then like this one. Well, this one about reflecting on the day I failed yesterday. I don't quite know what I got into. I got into something. Oh, I kind of quasi repaired a chain link fence. My fabulous dog, one of them, Dudley James, who is about 11 months old, taller than me, and pretty good size, jumped up on the top rail, and of course it slid. Anyway, I repaired it, and then one thing led to another. Then I caught him digging up underneath the shed, so there was mud everywhere. So I had to repair that. So by the time I sat down, settled down, got myself something to eat, it was already time to think about retiring. So I never got to my journal, but I'll get to it later. I did do my one this morning, which I think I showed you. This one, stay true to yourself. People respond to authenticity. Interestingly enough, I had a lovely conversation with a beautiful friend and client yesterday about why people don't stay committed to their resolutions, and because they have to look at the hard stuff. And that's what she offered, and I have to agree. They have to look at the hard stuff. Looking at the hard stuff, looking at the things that reason why we make resolutions or commit to change in any respect is because we don't really like ourselves. We don't really like who we are. We don't really like what we are. We don't really like what we've become. Oddly enough, on the way home from that meeting, I was listening to Jay Shetty, who the book I'm listening to and now I bought to read, Think Like a Monk. And he talks about the fears and the fears that bring things up most in this particular chapter. And most of the times we're fearful of what other people think of us. We're fearful that we're not good enough. We're fearful that we can't get there. We're fearful that we don't know how. We're fearful that we're not getting it. We're fearful of all these things about accomplishing things. Then there's the fear of we did accomplish it, and now we're fearful of sustaining it. And we're fearful of getting it. And oddly enough, I'm listening, as you do, going through this again, as you do. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, all of the areas of my life right now that this is coming up. No accident. This morning I wake up quite bright awake, not where I can sort of flop back to sleep, but awake. Looking at my phone, it was 2:30. So I look up what 230 means in the angel numbers, and it is your angels are encouraging you to follow your happy place. You're following your bliss place, following just to be happy, just to follow being happy. So, I went back to sleep. There's a really good 7-hour sleep meditation by Abraham Hicks, which starts off the first 14 minutes is gradual talking, and then there's music and sound of waves and nature, and it really is quite effective. Needless to say, I woke up at 5 o'clock instead of my usual 3 or 3:30. But I did write some things down in my journal today, and I want to share them with you. I hope you will, because I think it's good to be authentic. So yesterday I talked about peace, love, and understanding. What's funny about it, where it's lacking, where we need to kind of clean up that part of ourselves. And then today, the first thing that came up was choosing words and feelings carefully and with purpose for today. Choosing what I say carefully and meaningfully with purpose. So I've talked about waking up. The first thoughts about myself this morning is how I've gained weight. I'm looking in the mirror, looking at my belly. Now, ordinarily, I'm quite proud of this jiggly wiggly bit in the middle. I'm really, the last maybe 3-4 years, not really been worried about it, not really been upset about it. But this morning, I thought, this is odd. The one side of me said, well, why are you so obsessed about your belly? You've gained weight, so what? What's the big deal? You know, we have those two twins. The one that tries to let, at least I have two twins. I don't know if you've got two twins in my head. The two people. The one that's and the one that's, for goodness sake, get over yourself. Those two twins. But I thought, well, where's that coming from? Yeah, I've got to do a weigh-in in a little while. I've got to go to my regular 3-month appointment to check bloods and chat with a doctor and do a weigh-in. So that's where that comes from. The fear of hopping on that scale and knowing the number's going to be higher than it was in November. Yeah. Well, so what? What's a big deal? So we go further. The lie that I discovered in 2015 when I was doing my boot camps, the two of them, would have been on the second one, is that I'm fat. That's the lie that somebody unearthed and said, your life has been about you feeling that you're fat. And there's an emotional trigger that pops up when I say it out loud, that I'm fat. There is a real emotional trigger. Now, looking at me, if I were looking at me as if I wasn't me, I'd say that's so ridiculous. It is silly. It's got in the way of so many things. Okay. So now I look for spiritual antidote, if you like, a spiritual message that comes from it. This is the thoughts about myself. And the angel's message is, well, look at the image of the laughing Buddha and then say you're fat. And I know if any of you have seen a seated Buddha, the laughing Buddha, a big old moon belly, laughing its head off, just not having a care in the world. Because I have a fantastic relationship with my spirit guides and my angels, I ask, well, what is your point? And the answer came back quite eloquently. You are a Buddhist monk. You're supposed to be fat. I didn't know exactly what to say about it. You're a Buddhist monk. You're supposed to be fat. And happy. They added that. So my takeaway is to be happy no matter what and seek the joy. That's my takeaway for the 26th of January 2022. And I'm really glad I got to do this and get to the authentic part of who I am. Incidentally, this journal book, I found it at Barnes & Noble. It was sitting on the shelf. This supposedly quote is by Barbara Streisand, but I've been asked a lot of times, where did you get that? Where did you get that? I will say this. The company who made this is Eccolo. ECCOLO. World Traveler. www.ecololtd.com. Eccolo is spelled ECCOLOLTD.com. I just picked it up at Barnes & Noble. Barbara Streisand probably didn't make that book, or her company doesn't make journals. There, said. Oh, I got to share something funny with you. So funny. As many of you know, I have a professional internet marketing management company who do my search engine optimization, who rebuilt my website and send me these reports. They're monthly, bi-monthly, to let me know how many clicks, how many people go to the website, look, and I don't do that. I do hair and this. I'm not into all that, how many people, but I think it's important. So every month they send me these things that they want me to post and consider posting. So I get this. Where's the one for January? There we go. Here. So I'm looking at it now. It came yesterday in my email inbox, which was the 25th. Whoa, hang on a minute. Hold up the bus. I'm supposed to post something right here on the 25th. And I'm reading it. Let's talk seasonal affective disorder. Seasonal affective disorder. Okay. How in the world am I supposed to talk about seasonal affective disorder? I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I don't counsel people on this kind of stuff. I probably suffer from it, but I'm not really aware of it. So I wrote back. All that. Oh, a suggestion would be to find an image and then put a caption up about it. A caption that says what? That's all I got. So I found an image like I was told to, and here it is. Okay. Are you sad? Now, I just got through saying I got to follow my bliss and be happy. Are you sad? Right? Winter months have you down. Now listen, I don't want to make anybody who suffers from this wrong. I'm just saying the irony. I want to talk about irony in this. 4 to 6% of people suffer from SAD, seasonal affective disorder. I didn't know there was such a thing. So, hello, I learned something. 10% of women, or 10 times women, are more likely to suffer from it. And then the cause, lack of sunlight, as the seasonal change reduce serotonin levels and boost melatonin levels, which cause the feeling of sadness. Okay, probably why we sleep so much in the winter months. Probably why we eat a little bit more in the winter months. Probably why we, like me, I run around saying I'm fat. There might be something in it. But interestingly enough, when I pulled this image up and I slid it over to my desktop, the image is called Red and White Circles. It says nothing on the image about seasonal affective disorder, just red and white circles. Anyway, I'm finding the amusing part of it because, listen, I don't mean any respect to the person who many years ago wrote this as a thesis for their PhD, but somebody evidently did. Spent a lot of time researching seasonal affective disorder. Now my mind is going, well, I wonder if people suffer from that in the summertime. Do you get seasonal affective disorder in the summer? When you're out there playing around in the sunshine, getting all that rays? Probably not. And isn't vitamin D supposed to help with that? Anyway, listen, I'm not a medical person. I should probably and this automatically fails about choosing my words carefully and with purpose. So I didn't really have a purpose for saying what I just said. All right, let's get to the cards and see Angel Prayers Messengers from the delightful Kyle Gray. Let's see what angel messages have to say. This always trips me out because it usually goes right along with what I'm chatting about. So I've long since realized that there is no coincidence. If you will, please put your feet on the floor, take a deep breath, get comfortable, open yourself up. This is a message for everybody. Thank you, Father in the sky, Mother in the earth, the angels, ancestors, ascended masters, and all light beings of the universe. Thank you for reminding us of your presence and for revealing to us what we need to know about this day. I am willing to listen, I am willing to receive your messages, and I'm willing to share it for the highest good of all concerned. So be it, so shall it be, and let's just choose a card. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, chakalaka. Oh, I like her. Archangel Jophiel. Archangel Jophiel. Let's put her up on her pedestal, my upside down candle holder. Thank you, Jophiel, for helping me discover my inner and outer beauty. Now, if that wasn't appropriate for all of us that might be experiencing seasonal affective disorder or any number of things where we feel the blues, the blurps, and what a delightful image. I should give credit to, well, it doesn't even say who the oh my goodness, this is a bit rude. It doesn't give credit for, I want to say Jason McCready, but he did The Keepers of the Light, and I'm wondering if Jason McCready didn't do these, but didn't get the credits for the images. Let's go through here, because I don't like that. I don't like it where people aren't given credit where credit's due for the work that they do. I'll research it if I can't find it. I will. Okay. So, what does honouring your beauty really mean? So let's read what Kyle has to say. The angels encourage you to know that you are more beautiful than you realise. You are perfect in the eyes of Source, the Creator, God, and the angels. So it's time to look at yourself in that way as well. You know, beauty goes beyond vanity and the outward appearance, but taking steps towards making you feel and look good will help. You've got a beautiful heart, and the angels are blessed to guide you. And the expanded interpretation of this is that the angels are here to boost your confidence because they know how harsh you can be on yourself. And your beauty goes way beyond your looks. But you must see that you are beautiful inside and out. Because the truth is, because that's the truth. Take some time today to look at what you love about yourself in the sense of your looks, and what you love about yourself within the sense of your spirit. These thoughts and acknowledgements will align your soul with God. And for those who want to know, Archangel Jophiel means the beauty of God. And she's the archangel who can help us acknowledge our beauty. She's a wonderful angel who can be called upon to overcome the voice of inner doubt and fear that many of us face. She's like a breath of fresh air and brings a serene, positive energy to anyone who calls on her. She works closely with Archangel Michael to help overcome negative traits in our thoughts and our choices. For today, my friend, I think that is so appropriate. And there are just no chance happenings. This is all meant to be. If you're on it, you're listening to it, know that you are beautiful no matter what. No matter what. Look at the eyes and look at the fact that you get to see things through the eyes of Source, which is God, which is angels. Everything you see is through that lens. Everything you hear with these beautiful ears you've got is through Source energy, God, angels. It was created for you to hear beautiful things, birds singing, the rippling of water rushing, anything like that, music, all of those things. I could go on and on, but I won't. Anyway, my friends, I love you. Until next time, we've been off the chain. Have a good day. Bye.